Morning, students. Let's continue the chapter number 1, that is meaning and objective of accounting, in which yesterday we have discussed the basic meaning of accounting, definition of accounting, features of accounting, accounting cycle, and steps to be taken in accounting cycle. Yesterday we did all this. Today we will do some other topics related to these basic of the accounting, that is objectives of accounting. Objective means what's the aim to do that, why we are doing the particular activity. So objectives of the accounting are: number 1, the objectives of accounting. Number 1, to keep the systematic record. Keep the systematic records, because
Good.
first of all, the
Good.
first adjustment, first point we have done, that the recording is to be done. So whenever the recording is to be done, what happen in that case? We can record all the transaction in the books of account, because human mind is not as much capable to keep all the things in his mind. But when we do accounting, what we can do, we can just keep a very systematic record, because first of all it is uh, entered in the books of original entry, then it is posted to be ledger, then it is summarized in trial balance, and after that at the end it is analyzed in financial statement. A very clear process is there, in which one step is to be taken after the another step. So in this way, the systematic record of the transaction of any business can be done. So to keep the systematic records of business transaction is the very first objective of the accounting. Second, the second objective is to calculate profit or loss. The second point, as I told you, by preparing the financial statement, by preparing the trading and profit and loss account, we can come to know that how much is the profit, means net profit, gross profit, operating profit of the business. So profitability, the profit or loss can be calculated with the help of accounting only. So it just gives us the information about the profit or loss. Exact reason to lead profit or loss. When we prepare our profit and loss account, we can just come to know thoroughly in an explanatory manner that how much are the expense of the business and how much are the income of the business. With the help of analyzing those things, we can come to know very easily that we can know the exact reason, exact reason leading to profit or loss. The exact reason we can find out why the profit or loss is incurring in the business, it can be find out with the help of accounting only. By preparing the balance sheet, when we prepare the balance sheet, we can come to know the financial position of the business. The financial position of the business can be ascertained with the help of accounting only. To know the financial position of the business, accounting is to be done. In another way, words we can say, to know the value of the assets, liability, how much is the debtors, creditors, cash in hand available to the business, value of the fixed asset, the value of the capital, everything about the financial position of the business can be identified by preparing the books of accounts. And how the books of account are to be prepared? By doing accounting. So fourth objective we can say that it is to know the financial position of the business. The next is to ascertain the progress year to year. To ascertain the progress year to year. Every year, as we know very, you know very well, accounting never be stopped. It's a continuous process. It is to be considered every year. It is not stopped like this that we have to prepare the accounts of 1 year and next year it is not to be prepared. No, it is to be prepared till the end date of the business. As long as the business will be there, the accounting is to be done. So in this way, when we prepare the accounts of so many years, by looking at the past experience, by looking at the previous data and making the comparison, it is very easy to ascertain that whether the business is progressing or declining. So if the business is progressing year to year, then what are the reasons behind it? How better the business can do? Where the business is lacking? All these answers can be ascertained with the help of accounting only. The next point is to prevent and detect the errors. To prevent and detect the errors. So whatever the errors are there, mistakes can be done there while doing the business. It can be the intentionally or unintentionally can be there. But when we do accounting, when we enter in the ledger, then we post in the entered in the journal, post in the ledger, and prepare the summary. By preparing the summary, we can identify. By preparing the financial statement and preparing the balance sheet, we can identify that some of the transaction or fraud has been taken, some of the entries are not to be posted or posted incorrectly. That frauds or error can be detected very easily by doing accounting. So it is also one of the objectives, and to provide information to various users. There are so many users in the business. We will do a complete topic of this. External users are there as well as internal users are there. Whenever the accounts are to be prepared, the accounting provide a complete full-fledged information to the various interested parties of the business. There are various interested parties like the creditors are there, government is there, taxation authorities are there, investors are there, shareholders are there. So in order to get the meaningful conclusions and the information can be find out to those people with the help of accounting only. So this is all about the objective of the accounting that is to be done by preparing the accounts. So the next one is, after doing accounting objective, its importance should be clear to you as well, that what is the importance of accounting. Whenever you have to do the uses and importance, it is very easy. It's a manipulation of words only. I'm just doing parallel to this. This was the objective. Now we will do the importance of accounting. See bache, there is a very simple thing. Why we are doing anything? Why? To fulfill the objective that can be achieved from that. We are just doing the accounting to keep the systematic records that we are saying. We are saying that to keep the systematic record of business transaction, it is one of the objective. That's why we do accounting. So what is the objective, we can say, the importance of this? What is the significance of this? No doubt, it is the significance that provide or helps in systematic, provide the complete and systematic record. So we can say the importance is it provides the systematic record. Complete and systematic record. Second one, to calculate the profit and loss. So information provides information regarding profit or loss. So it has become the importance. It's just manipulation of the wordings. Whatever the objective that why we are doing, that will become the importance as well. It also provide information about financial position. The next is helpful in management. How it is helpful in management? By preparing the accounts, first of all, we can find out that what are our expenses, what are our incomes, what are our losses, and all these things. And with the help of this, the decision making is possible. We can make the decision making, and we can make the plan as well. So helpful in planning. Then helpful in controlling. Then it is helpful in decision making. So in this way, it is also one of the significance that it is helpful in management, because the data help us to plan, the data help us to control the standards or the defined parameter. The data helpful to us for the decision making as well. The next is evidence of the legal matters. Yes, it is very important. Whatever the legal matters we have, then those accounts that we have prepared with the help of accounting data and accounting rules, that just can be used as the evidentiary document in the legal matters. The next is helpful in assessment of tax liability. Whatever the tax to be calculated, it can be calculated on the profitability and the wealth you have, and from where the data is to be calculated related to profitability and financial position, it can be ascertained with the help of books of accounts only. So when we do accounting, it also helpful in assessment of tax liability. It is helpful in assessment of tax liability. Then helpful in raising the loan. Suppose that your business has to take the loan from any organization or any financial institute, then with the help of your books of accounts, it is very easy to raise the loans. The next one is the another importance is helpful in prevention errors and frauds. So in this way, it has lot of importance as well along with the objective. Now, if I talk about like a coin, it has two sides. No doubt, one is the positive side, that it gives us so many advantages, like systematic record is to be provided, helpful in management. It also provides the data about the profit and loss, evidence of the legal matter, assessment of tax liabilities, just possible with the help of accounting. It also helpful in the raising the loans. It also helpful in the prevention of errors as well as frauds. But along with that, if we talk, it has some limitations also. Like a coin, it has the dark side as well. These are the limitations. So what are the limitations of accounting? Let's discuss. These are very interesting. Number one, if you remember, when we did the features as well as all these things, again and again we discussed that it there are some principles, there are some rules, laws, standards that are to be considered while preparing the accounts. Now, when you are preparing the accounts, as per the accounting standard, there are 8 rules of charging the depreciation. Out of that, 2 main rules are always used, 2 methods like the diminishing balance method or original cost method. So it's depend on your personal judgment that which method you will apply. So many standards are given, so many methods are given, so many rules are given. So it's upon your personal judgment that how you are considering. There are so many methods of the valuation of stock, LIFO, FIFO, so many methods are there. Which technique, which inventory control technique your business is using, that is your personal judgment, that which technique or the method you find the best for your business. So whatever the rules are to be considered while preparing the accounts, it is influenced by the personal judgment. So influenced by the personal judgment is one of the limitation of accounting. Second one, based on accounting concepts and conventions. Accounting concept and convention. What is this? See, there are some basic rules, basic concepts and convention that we will study in the next chapter, accounting principles, in which all those concepts are given on the basis of which accounting is to be done. So whatever the rules we are using in the accounting, it is based on the accounting concept and convention. Now, there is a rule that whatever the fixed asset you will purchase, it is shown in the books on the historical cost at which it is shown on the historical cost. Historical cost means the cost on which you purchase the asset. Historical cost is the cost on which you purchase the asset. Suppose we purchase any asset and asset has a long value. 10 years back we purchase any asset of the business that cost rupees 10,000. But the time has been changed. Price level has been changed. Level of inflation has rise during the year. But nowadays still we have to show the value of those goods in the books of account 10,000. In reality might be the things are costly than the historical value, but it is the rule that whatever the asset you are showing in the business after charging the depreciation, or you have to prepare whether you deduct the depreciation out of that or whether you can prepare the provision for depreciation account separately. After doing that, you have to show the cost of the value on the historical cost only. only on the historical cost, means the cost at which you purchase your asset. It is to be considered only in the books of account, and that rules, that is that accounting concept and convention is compulsory to follow by the every business, but it is not justified. It is not justified because uh, it don't reveal the true and fair position of the business. Moreover, there are some expenses that are not to be considered. There are some income which are not to be considered as the income of the business. So it don't reveals the true and fair position of a business. That is also one of the limitation of accounting. The next is incomplete information. If I talk about the 1 year accounts, it just gives us only the information about that particular year. It doesn't make any comparison and does not conclude anything else to us. So 1 year data is always a business incomplete information that only just provide us the profit or loss for that particular year, and which is also based on sub concepts and conventions also. Omission of, very important point, omission of qualitative information. See, as we talk always, it deals with numbers. We have to calculate the numbers in accounting. It's related to the monetary transaction. So we have to omit the all the qualitative information we have. Suppose there are two business A and business B. Both of the business are earning the profits every year. But if we talk about the business A, they have very harmonious relationship with their trade union and employees. Their labor turnover ratio is very much less. People are working there, are very happy. So they are also doing so many social activities. But on the another side, the company B is also earning the increasing profit year to year, but that company don't have the good relationship with the workers. Their labor turnover ratio is very high. Strikes and lockouts there, but in accounts, it never be counted. It never be calculated that why the stroke strikes and lockout are there, or harmonious relationship established among the superior and subordinate. These things don't have any value in the accounting, because accounting only deals with the financial matters. Accounting only deals with the monetary terms. So efficiency of any particular person, it is not to be calculated. These kind of qualitative information will not be the part of the account. Next is based on historical cost. I also shared with you in the concept also, based on historical cost. I covered this point there as well, that the value of assets is to be shown on the cost on which it is purchased. That is known as historical. The next one is, the next limitation I can say, affected by window dressing. Yes. Affected by window dressing. What is window dressing? Window dressing means when we dressed up our showcase, our window. Sometimes you have seen that display windows are there in out of every business. When we go for the market for the shopping and from any place where we are not aware, but we just see the window of the showroom. If we find the window is so dressed up, the window is so nice, then we feel like that we can have the goods that appeal to us in that particular showroom. Very similar to that, in accounts, the numbers, the data are to be played so well, which shows a very good position. Just because of that, we just come to know there are so many scams are to be taken place. So many people just shows that their companies are earning a huge amount of profits, but in reality, they people are not earning the profits. The company is bearing the loss or facing the downfall at that time, but company's account reveals that the company has a very good financial position, because it is the game of the numbers only. We can record the data, we can show the data in such a favorable way that which shows that the company is or the business is earning good profits. So accounting is just manipulation of the numbers. By manipulating the numbers, the window dressing can be done so easily, and which always have a very adverse effects. Next is unsuitable for forecasting, because whatever the accounting we do for the past experience. We do whatever we did in an accounting year. We never do accounting for next year, and it cannot be done. So it is unsuitable. Whatever the profits we have earned in the past, that is our past, and future is uncertain. You never know what the changes take place in the future, and what will be your competitors policy, what will be your policies of the government, how the environment will affect. So it is not compulsory if the previous year data is showing the good amount of profits in your business, in the next year you will also earn the profits. Might be any new innovation take place, and just because of that your product flop in the market. What you do? So it never means that if your accounts are showing that the past records are very good and your business is earning good profits, and in the future you will also, no, it is not suitable for the forecasting. So it is all about the limitations. What we have done today, let's recall objective of the accounting we have done, then importance. Whatever the objective that we want to achieve, it become the importance and the significance when we achieve that by preparing accounts. So that become the importance. Like a coin, it has two sides. The positive phase is there with the help of learning the objectives and importance come to know, and by learning the limitation we can see there are some drawbacks of the accounting as well. So this is all about for the day that we have done. If you anybody have any query, please feel free to ask. Let's have a query session now.